Is it Drofiwa?
Yes.
Okay. We are on the exercise, on the handout with exercise with questions. We are on question number 16.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are on question number 16. Now, White instruct you to sell the shares and you receive 66,000 rands. Thank Tabiso, page 16. Now, you are required to record all of the above transactions in your books of account for 30 points. Extract a list of trust balances, creditors as required by the Legal Practice Council's rules. Indicate whether you have sufficient funds in trust accounts to cover your trust liabilities. Now, I want us to quickly try and work on this statement together. This is one question that has been in your board exam a number of occasions. So I want us to look at that question so that even if you get something of this nature, then you know exactly what is expected of you to do. So let's read that question from the beginning as we read and then we record. During the course of your practice, you have attended the following transaction. Number one, you receive 200,000 rand from Green to be held in trust pending the happening of a future event. Now, you are receiving an amount of money from a client. In this case, you are receiving them from Green. You are receiving this amount of money from Green. I'll just go there. Just want to get the slides. Okay, you are receiving this amount of money from Green, and we all know that Green is a client. And because Green is a client, that tells you that the money must be recorded in our trust cash book. Therefore, let's all open a trust cash book there. Let's all open a trust cash book. Let's open a trust cash book like the one I put there on the screen. You'll see I've shared a trust cash book there account. And on this trust cash book here, on the debit side, you can say deposit. And that deposit, that is Green Trust.
Advocate, my apologies. I just want to confirm this is a correspondent question.
No, it's not. It's not a correspondent question. It's just a statement that deals with your trust account, the monies that you have received from your trust account from different account. And if you see there at the bottom, they say, record all the above transaction in your books of account, extract a list of trust balances as required by the LPC rules. In other words, here you are required to do what you call a trust reconciliation. Remember, earlier on I talked about trust reconciliation. So when you do a trust reconciliation, you are comparing the total of your liabilities against the money that you are holding in your trust and investment account. So you are comparing the total of your trust liabilities against the monies that you are holding in your trust and investment account. So what I suggest is that let's record it, the transaction, because when you record them, you just follow the same principles. And after we have recorded it, I'll explain it further what is happening. Okay. Now, you have received that 200,000 rand that you are receiving from Green. You receive it on the debit side of your trust cash book. Therefore, 200,000 rands. That's the deposit from Green, 200,000 rand on the credit side. Now, as soon as you debit your trust cash book, we know that that means you say, whose money this? This is Green's money. Therefore, you need to open Green's trust ledger account. Just come here. Let's open another T account for Green. Green's Trust. That is Green's Trust. And on Green's Trust ledger account, you are going to credit Green's Trust ledger account with the money that you have received. For XTCB. a deposit, and that is 200,000 rands. Now you have received that 200,000 rand as we have just done there. Now after receiving that 200,000 rands, there is an instruction there. You are okay.
The one where we deposited money for the client Green. What's the name of that trust cash book?
Yes, the first one here. This is your trust cash book. Because it's client's money. It's not anyone's cash book. It's your trust cash book.
Okay, understood. Thanks.
Yes, you receive it here, and then you can go and open Green's trust. This is specifically for Green, and then you credit Green's trust account with the same amount of 200,000 rands.
Council.
Yes.
For the sake of proper structure and format.
Yes.
You did state yesterday that it's advisable for us to have our cash books on one page.
Yes.
And our trust books on one page, and then our journals on one page, so that we don't have to page around differently.
Yes,
so
yes, correct.
I'm just trying to make sure that the layout is in the right order, or maybe for the sake of finding proper amounts where applicable.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, no, I'm just confirming that.
Yeah, look, you mean the format of your accounts?
Yes, like when you are recording them, you don't have to record one on page one, and then let's say a trust account on page one.
And
then business.
And you will see here, we are going to have a number of trust ledgers. So you will see if you've got this number of trust ledgers and every trust ledger is in different pages, then you find it very, very difficult to deal with it. So like a question of this nature, you see, you maybe will reserve a page or two, say, this is where I record my trust ledgers only. It's going to assist you a lot.
Number one.
Yes, thanks, man. Now, let's look at the question there. It says you are authorized to invest the money on his behalf at Bank A. In other words, after having received that money, you now have got a mandate to invest that money on behalf of Green at Bank A. Now, let me just check something here. Okay. Now, we need to invest that money. Now, when we invest that money, remember, investing means you need to get money out of this trust cash book here. Therefore, it means you come here on the credit side, and then you are investing this money at Bank A. Simply come here and say Bank A, investment. Bank A, investment, can even say Green, but Bank A investment is identifying enough. And then you say 200,000 rands. Now, this is the money that you are going to invest. You credited your trust cash book, and then you say, now I'm going to debit. I'm going to debit my investment account. You're going to debit my investment account. Let me come here. Now I'm going to debit my investment account. That simply means I'm going to come here. Let's open an investment account here. Yeah, you can open it here. Then you say section 86 sub 4. Investment.
Bank A.
Okay. What is that investment there? Section 86 sub 4, investment at Bank A. And we know that when you invest here, you must debit that account there. Therefore, that cash here, cash investment, extracted from the TCB, and that amount is 200,000 rands. So that 200,000 rand has now been invested at Bank A, where you are investing for green. Simply credit your trust cash book and then debit the investment account with the same amount that you are investing. In this case is 200,000 rands. And then you can proceed. Number 2, green later instruct you to withdraw the 50,000 rand. Let's pause it there.
Sorry?
Now, from the 200,000 that you have invested, green says only withdraw the 50,000. Now, you know that when you withdraw, you need to come here on this section 86 investment account. And withdrawal here means credit. And therefore, you come here on the credit side. Withdrawal. And then this money, you are going to receive it in your trust cash book. And that is, you are only required to withdraw 50,000 rands. You are only required to withdraw 50,000 rands. You are only required to withdraw the 50,000 rand. That means after crediting your investment account, which account are you going to debit?
Business account.
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book. We are withdrawing it. Remember, we take it to where we took it initially before investment. And that was here in the trust cash book. So withdrawal, we are going to receive it here again. Bank A. Bank A investment. That investment from Bank A, you are going to receive that money there in your investment account. Sorry, in your trust cash book. And that amount that you are receiving there is 50,000 rands. Only receiving 50,000 rands. That's what you are withdrawing from that account there.
Sorry, Advocate.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Concerning the 200,000 that we have invested now in terms of the 86.4.
Yes.
I can see that now we have debited the investment account, and I was thinking that maybe we'll have to come back to his trust account and debit this 200,000 because now it's out.
No, the money is not out. The money is still with us. That's why you can't touch his trust ledger account. So his trust ledger account should still show that we are holding that money on his behalf. Because as soon as you debit his trust ledger account, you are saying, I'm no longer holding this money for you. But while this money is invested, who is in charge of that money? Who communicates with the bank? It is you, the legal practitioner, on behalf of your client. So you still owe that client that money. That's what I always say. When you invest, you simply credit your trust cash book and then you debit the client's, you simply credit your trust cash book and then you debit your investment account. You don't do anything on the client's trust ledger account here when you invest. Don't touch it. It simply says you are investing this money on his behalf. You still owe him 200. If you debit here, you are going to say, I don't owe you anything, while you actually owe this client the money, despite the fact that it's invested, but you still owe the client the money.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now we have received the money back into...
Advocate, sorry,
Yes.
I just want to check something. If we remove the 200, that now we've got this 200,000 rands. But now, if we remove it, are we not supposed we withdraw 50,000 rand? Are we not supposed to then to debit it?
When we remove it from...
From
When
Mr.
you,
Green
when you
Trust,
say
from
remove
Mr.
it,
from Mr. Green Trust.
yeah, we are not removing it from Mr. Green Trust. That's why we don't do anything here. It's not removed. We are still holding it here. We are still holding it here for Mr. Green. That's why we can't debit here. Because when you debit here, you are saying you are paying him his money. You're no longer holding this money. But we are not paying him his money. We are just taking it. We've got the money. We are just taking it from one of our account to another account. We are not paying him anything. We are not taking the money completely out of our control. The money is still with us. That's why you can't touch here. If somebody comes later and say, how much do you owe Green? Despite the fact that you have invested it, you should be able to come here, sorry, and say, I owe Green 200,000 rand. And then the next question is, where is this money that belongs to Green? Where did you keep it? You say, I kept it in the investment account. So that money belongs to Green. That's why you don't touch his trust ledger account when you invest. Okay. Now, we were here. We have just received the 50,000 back into our trust cash book from Bank A Investment. Now we can read the statement further. And pay cancel 30,000 rand. Now we need to pay cancel an amount of 30,000 rand. Now the question is, from which account are we paying cancel on behalf of Green?
From his
Trust cash book.
From the trust cash book, correct. You come here on the trust cash book and say cancel. You're paying cancel on behalf of Green. Then that amount that you are paying cancel there is in the amount of 30,000 rands. 30,000 rand is what you are paying cancel on behalf of Green. Now, after crediting your trust cash book where you are making a payment, who are you going to debit with the 30,000 rands?
his trust.
Green's trust ledger.
Green's trust ledger, because it's simply on whose behalf am I making this payment to the council? It's on behalf of Green. Therefore, I'm going to debit Green's trust ledger account. And therefore, you come here on Green's trust ledger account, come here and debit. And say council. XTCB.
Yeah, Advocate. I think you forgot N at the top and yeah.
Yes, thank you. And then that cancel fee is 30,000 rands. That's 30,000 rand. That's how you debit Green's trust ledger account. Yeah, now you can debit because money is going out. It's going out of your trust account, it's going to a third party outside, which is cancel. That's why now you debit here. You're no longer holding this 30,000 rand for Green. It's now paid to cancel. That's why now you come here, you debit. Okay, thank you. Now that money has been paid out. Now we go to the next one. Number 3. You received 350,000 rand from Mrs. Purchaser, being the purchase price of a property she purchased. Now you are receiving the purchase price of 350,000 rand from Mrs. Purchaser. Now, in which account do we receive this money?
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book.
Correct, trust cash book. Come here and say purchase price.
In simple terms, our law firm can have various transactions, but remains one trust account.
Is everything okay?
I think it's frozen.
All right, Tokozani, the floor is yours.
I think Advocate is locked off.
He's probably having internet issues. He should be back probably anytime now.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you?
We're good. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. The instructor has connectivity issues. He said I should ask you not to leave. He will join
Oh, okay.
now. All right, sure.
I imagine what you can still report weekly. I pushing them. I think I said except for economic. So I think we have to discuss with you. They are not aware of the fact that I don't think that yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Woman is us and them. But whom the children is us and them. That's why the three was literally aware from the text. Yeah, Sisa Bambi 5 minutes break. Botin.
Hello, are we still there?
Can I ask something as we wait for the advocate, if it's allowed? I want to believe that the section 86 investment is the one with instruction, as I have seen on the question. Does that mean that the 86.2 is the one that you invest on your own without the instruction?
Is it not 86.3?
Yeah, it's 86.3.
I'm not
86.3
sure.
is the one which
86.3 is the one you invest without the
Yeah.
instruction of the client.
No.
So what is 86.2 for? Because I was reading through and I can't find it.
6.2 it's required every attorney, every practicing attorney.
I think we should be clear. If anyone has that section must read as the provision of section 86.2 and 86.3.
But 86.2 is not an investment. Doesn't have to do with the investment.
Yeah, but I also read somewhere in our manual here. I saw 86.2. I think they've made a mistake there.
I think 86.2 is the ordinary trust account.
Okay.
So when you deal with investments, you must know that only those two sections apply, which are 86.3 and 86.4.
Where is 86.3 in our manual? Because I can only see, I'm not sure if I'm just blind. I can only see 86.4 and 86.2. I can't see 3. You can assist me with
Unfortunately,
the page.
I don't have the manual with me here,
Are
but
you
I can
having a
direct
copy?
you.
If you have a hard copy, it's page 113.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Please check and confirm if you find it so that we can help you, because if we can't, you will make mistakes in the exams.
Oh yeah, I'm sorted. Thank you. I'll read here.
Okay.
Okay. While we are waiting, I see here on at purchase number 3, question 3. Say you receive 350,000 from Mrs. Purchaser. Does it mean that we are going to open Mrs. Purchaser's trust ledger?
Definitely.
Okay, then that's fine. So I just have to prepare
Yeah.
myself.
It's just I'm contributing. Remember, your law firm will have one trust account, and then various deposits will be made. So in order for you to know exactly, not to mix, you have to open up every trust ledger for different clients, in simple terms.
Oh, okay.
So that you will know that I have maybe a million in my trust account, but it's deposits from various clients. So you have to know exactly each client that you owe or you don't owe.
Okay.
As the movement of money. One will deposit for maybe for conveyancing, for buying of property. One will deposit for other different or civil matters. So in order for you not to confuse, you have to know exactly, I have a million, but the million is fragmented because of various transactions.
Yeah. While we are still there.
Yes.
I just want to be clear. Every time when we receive a money or cash from the client, we record it in attorney's trust account. Yeah?
In your, let's say, in your law firm trust account.
Yeah, in my law firm.
Trust cash book.
Yes.
And then trust cash book. Yeah, trust cash book. And then that
deposited in the trust account, and then you record it in the trust cash book.
Yeah, trust cash book. Okay, and then that money is recorded in the debit side.
Yes,
correct.
And then in the credit side is only where the money is going out.
Yes.
No,
for example,
when you get it, the money, you record it on your TCB on the debit side, and then on the client's ledger account, that's where you credit it using the rule of the thumb. So the rule of the thumb says for every debit transaction, there should be a corresponding credit transaction. So
yeah, it's called.
So you must never have any transaction that you put in your books that does not have a corresponding one. So it's different now with these sections 2 investment, section 86 and section 84 and 83. So it's different because when you are investing now, you are crediting your TCB, that is your trust cash book, and you are now debiting the investment account. But this does not include any of the, it does not include any of the client now. It's between yourself and the investment now.
So it's just an opposite. But okay, guys, I would like you to inform you if you've got time to check the February 2020 question paper counting. That paper has got a correspondence question paper. The question, that question was just, it's just something else. I think if you get to know that one, you can be able to be happy about correspondence. You'll understand it because correspondence itself is one of those things that requires a bit of practice. Yeah, practice, a lot of practice. And there was also this other person who was asking about.
Sorry, just before you proceed, is it a hybrid? Meaning, is it a correspondent in a state?
No, it was not a hybrid. But what happened there? That question, it gave you it's like a reversal of what you have been doing.
Yes.
You know, the ones that we have do, it's an instructed, but you instead of getting those instructions, you get the statements. So you are supposed to do the reversal of it, so that you are now starting to ledgers and what. It's just quite something else. But if you understand that one and you understand this one that we've been doing, then you know the both of the instructed accounting. Then you'll be left with the instructed, this one that you have got to follow the easy steps of accounting. You know, the instructing, it's easy. It has got the basic steps that you follow.
You said which question?
Check February 2020. If you can get it on the website, it should be there now.
Yes, yeah. So we are saying they are just giving you the statement of account.
Yeah. That question has got about, it's out of 40. They give you a statement and they now ask you to record this transaction in your books. That is in your TCB, and then in your journals, and then in your
Now I understand why advocate was saying we have to do placing on the T and the journals, not only by just interpreting the statement and then rush to give a balance. Because what we are saying, the way I understand you, if you know how to interpret the statement and go back to put the values in the different ledgers, then you will be awarded marks. Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Because now the one thing that I found it quite better is that once you get a statement that is saying go and put in your, for example, in a journal, from there you must follow those steps of going to post the transaction in your T accounts.
The 4 steps. The 4 steps with your 2 steps of conveyancing.
Exactly. You just record in your let's say in your fee journals, and then you go and post, and then those. Yeah. So if you know that steps, it becomes easier. It becomes easier. The easiest question was I guess, because the February 2020 many people did not do well with it in correspondence. So they retained the same question in the, I think it was now February 2021. Yes, February 2021. But now it was given exactly in the the one we are doing in the books, and then there it was now having like just they changed the 15%. The 1/3 allowance to make it 20% allowance, but now it's a very easy one. You can even start with that one if you are able to answer that one, then go with that one. But the 2021 was quite something else.
Or because maybe they wanted to see whether we know that you are dealing with the given instructions and those steps until you do your balancing.
Yeah, but one thing that I also found quite
Okay.
Sorry about that. I just got disconnected and I did not even know what to do.
But fortunately enough, I had an IT guy not far from here, so they just helped me to rejoin back again. Okay, let's proceed from where we were. I really apologize about that. Let me get the slide back again. Okay, we basically, what we have just done is paid that amount of 30,000 rand, that is the council's payment on behalf of Green, and then we debited Green's ledger account. Now, what we were doing here is that we are on number 3, where we said you received 350,000 rand from Mrs. Purchaser, being the purchase price of property she purchased. Now, what you do is you come here on the credit side, on the debit side here. Let me just see what's happening again. Purchase price. This purchaser.
Councillor.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't see your screen. We are only viewing you, or maybe it's only me.
Oh, you won't see my screen. Let me just try to share it again. I'm just gonna remove it and then share again. Gonna try this. Okay. Desktop. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So what I was saying is that you are now receiving that 350,000 rand from Mrs. Purchaser. Yes, Mrs. Purchaser. And then when you receive that, you record it on the debit side of your trust cash book purchase price, purchase price, and then purchaser's trust, that is 350,000 rand. Now we know that after debiting your trust cash book, now you need to go and open a trust ledger account for the purchaser. And therefore, let's come here. Let's say this is the purchaser's trust. Open the purchaser's trust here. This is Mrs. Purchaser's trust. And on Mrs. Purchaser's trust here, that is the money that we are receiving, and therefore is going to be credited because it's debited in your trust cash book. And therefore, come here, that purchase price or XTCB, and that amount is 350,000 rands. 350,000 rands. That is the amount of 350,000 rand that you receive from Mrs. Purchaser, debited your trust cash book, and then you credit purchaser's trust ledger account with the same amount. Credit the purchaser's trust ledger account with the same amount. Now at number 4, they say, she instructs you to invest the 300,000 rand on her behalf at Bank B. Now you've got mandate to invest that 300,000 rand. Now let's go and invest that money. We know that when we invest, we need to come here on our trust cash book and withdraw that amount that we want to invest at Bank B. Then we come here and say that is Bank B investment. Bank B investment. Bank B investment, and that amount that you are investing is 300,000 rands. That is 300,000 rand. That is what we are investing. 300,000 rand. So we credit our trust cash book with 300,000 rand of the amount that we want to invest. And remember, as soon as you credit here, then you need to go and debit your investment account. Now let's go and open an investment account here. Now come here, we open an investment account. Let me open an investment account here. Then you can come here and say your section 86 for investment, bank B.
Mrs. Purchaser.
Yes, Mrs. Purchaser. That is investment there for Mrs. Purchaser. And then we come here on the debit side, that cash investment, XTCB, and the amount that you are investing is 100,000 rands. Not 100, but 300,000 rands. So that 300,000 rands, that has been invested there at Bank B on behalf of the purchaser. That is section 86 for investment at Bank B. So now you go to number 5. You receive various amounts totaling 700,000 from variety of clients in trust. Now we are receiving another value there, 700,000 rand, which we are receiving in trust from variety of clients. Now let's come here. It's trust money. We must receive it in our trust cash book. Therefore, you come here in your trust cash book, and then that is again can say deposit. Variety of clients. So here, variety of clients. Variety of clients, and you are receiving an amount of 700,000 rands. 700,000 rands, you receive it on the debit side of your trust cash book, and then again, you're going to credit somebody, and that ledger account that you're going to credit, you open a ledger account for variety of clients. That's why you will come here. And you open variety of clients trust here. Variety of clients trust. Then you come here. You are going to receive that money by crediting that account here. You're going to credit this account with that value that you have received or that you have debited your trust cash book with, and then you can simply say XTCB, and that amount there is 700,000 rand. Variety of clients there, credit side XTCB, 700,000 rand that you have received. Now it goes further and say you decide to invest the 500,000 rand at Bank C. You decide to invest the 500,000 rand with Bank C, and we know again when you invest, you need to come here in your trust cash book and then withdraw the investment. Then you come here and say Bank C investment. Bank C investment. And how much are you investing at Bank C? 500,000 rands. Now, what type of investment that you are doing in Bank C?
Section 86 sub 3.
86.3.
Correct. That is 86.3 because you are the one that took that initiative. There's no mandate from any of your clients. Therefore, it's section 86.3. So let's open our section 86.3 here. Come here and say section 86 sub 3 investment.
Bank C.
Bank C.
Sorry, Council.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't say for the benefit of the clients, it's still 86.3.
Remember, if it doesn't say for the benefit of the client, that means it's 86.3. If it says for the benefit of the client, that means it's 86.4. This one, it doesn't say for anyone's benefit. It's simply saying you, the attorney, decided to invest. And therefore, that makes it 86.3. You are investing on behalf of the Legal Practice Fidelity Fund.
100.
Okay. Now you come here, we say you are investing the 500,000 rands, and then you come here on the debit side, that cash investment, TCB, and then you invest that amount here of 500,000 rands. So the 500,000 rand is invested by simply crediting your trust cash book, and then you debit your investment account with the 500,000 rands. Number 6, you receive a further 100,000 rand in cash from Mrs. Purchaser in respect of the pro forma cost of transfer. Now you are receiving the pro forma cost of transfer of 100,000 rand. In which account do you receive 100,000 rands?
TCP.
TCP, correct.
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book, correct. Pro forma cost. And then that is
purchase.
That means who are we going to credit with that pro forma cost of 100,000 rand? Whose money is that?
Mrs. Purchase.
Mrs. Purchase, correct. Pro forma cost, therefore purchase a trust, and that is in the amount of 100,000 rands. 100,000 rands that you are receiving. That means after you debited your trust cash book, who are you going to debit now? So who are you going to credit?
Mrs. Purchase Trust.
Correct.
Trust.
Okay. This is a trust. That's why we came here on the purchasers trust ledger account. We are going to credit here XTCB, and the amount there is 100,000. It's 100,000 rands. That is 100,000 rand is credited on the purchaser's trust ledger account after debiting your trust cash book. And then they say you pay the transfer duty of 40,000 rand. Now the question is, from which account are you going to pay the transfer duty?
Start from the TCP.
Trust cash book.
From the trust cash book, correct. Let's go to the trust cash book there and then credit it. This is our trust cash book here. Come here on the credit side, and then you're going to pay that transfer duty. Then you're paying this on behalf of the purchaser. Then that amount is 40,000 rands. It's 40,000 rands. That's a 40,000 rand that you are paying the transfer duty. You credited your trust cash book and you say, on whose behalf am I paying? That means who are you going to debit?
Mrs. Purchaser trust account.
Mrs. Purchaser. Therefore, transfer duty XTCB, and that amount is 40,000 rands. 40,000 rand. That's all you do to pay that 40,000 rand transfer duty. Number 7, you withdraw 400,000 rand of the investment in Bank C. Now they say, from where you have invested in Bank C, go and withdraw the 400,000 rand. So let's go to Bank C and withdraw the 400,000 rand. This is your Bank C investment. Remember, we have invested 500,000. So we don't withdraw. We are not withdrawing 500. We are only withdrawing 400. Therefore, you come here on the credit side. Then withdrawal. Withdrawal, and therefore and then you are withdrawing how much? 400.
400.
400,000. You credited your Section 86(3) investment with the withdrawal of 400,000. That means, who are you going to debit with that 400,000?
The trust cash book.
Trust cash book.
You're going to debit your trust cash book. You're going to debit your trust cash book. Let's go to your trust cash book and debit it here. That is Bank C.
Investment.
Bank C investment. Withdrawal from Bank C investment or Bank C investment.
400.
That is 400,000. That is 400,000. You have withdrawn that 400,000 from Bank C. Now the statement say you received interest of 3,500 rand. Let's pause it there. The interest of 3,500. In which account do we receive this interest?
TCB.
TCB, correct?
Yes.
I'm here to say interest. You are receiving that interest here. That interest, and we say it's 3,500 rand.
Yes.
Now, the other question is, who should be credited with this interest? Who is the beneficiary?
LPFF.
LPF.
LPFF.
PFF. So remember, it's 86(3). Therefore, the interest goes to the Legal Practice Fidelity Fund. And therefore, let's go and open an account for the Legal Practice Fidelity Fund. And you come here. Let's open one here. PFF section 86.
Liwana ngakumatafari. Ndiye nafanya master.
Okay. Your section Legal Practice Fidelity Fund section 86(3) interest account. That means you come here, we are going to credit here. You're going to credit here XTCB. That interest, and that is 3,500 rand. That interest credited there in LPFF section 86(3) interest account, 3,500. That's how you receive that interest. And the statement say you receive interest of 3,500, which is what we have just done, which you pay the beneficiary. In other words, you did not just receive the interest, you receive the interest. After receiving the interest, you pay the beneficiary. Now we need to pay the beneficiary. From which account are we going to make a payment?
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book, correct. You come here, payment is on the credit side here. Therefore, you say payment. LPFF, and that payment there is for the amount of 3,500 rand. 3,500 rand. Now, after crediting your trust cash book, that 3,500 rand that you are paying Legal Practice Fidelity Fund, who are you going to debit?
LPFF.
LPFF section 86(3) interest account. You come here on the debit side, that cash payment, ECB, And then you are paying that 3,500 rand. 3,500 rand. That's what you are paying now. $3,500. Now, if you look at this account here, we have received here, and then later we paid. Therefore, we no longer owe this account anything because we have paid whatever that we are holding for that account. Now we can move. Number 8, you receive 100,000 in cash from White. In which account you receive this 100,000 rand from White?
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book, correct. Let's go to our trust cash book there and receive the 100,000 rands. And say here deposit. Therefore, White Trust. See there. That is that White Trust. That deposit there is 100,000. 100,000. That's that deposit. And as soon as you debit your trust cash book, it means somebody must be credited, isn't so? Who are we going to credit now?
Trust
A White Trust ledger.
Open White's trust ledger here. White Trust. White Trust there. And on this White Trust, we are going to credit here. XTCB. Then we credit that 100,000. Credit that 100,000 rands on that account. The 100,000 rand is credited on White's trust ledger account. Then it goes there again. You are instructed to purchase the quoted shares for 60,000 rand. You pay the stockbroker for 2,000 shares in ABC LDT. Now, White instructs you to buy the shares for 60,000 rand. Now, you are buying the shares. From which account are you going to buy those shares for 60,000 rand? Where are you going to get the money?
TCB. TCB.
TCB, correct. ABC Ltd. Shares. And then you are buying that for White. White, and that amount that you are buying for is 60,000 rands.
Debit.
It's 60,000 rands. And then you created your trust cash book. That means who are we going to debit now?
White.
Going to debit
White Trust ledger.
Right, White Trust here. You're going to debit here. XTCB. And then you say you bought those shares for 60,000 rands. 60,000 rands. You debit White's trust ledger account. Then you debit White's trust ledger account with 60,000 rand. That shows you have bought those shares on his behalf. Number 9, White instructs you to sell the shares and you receive 66,000 rand. Where do you receive this 66,000 rand?
Trust cash book.
Trust cash book.
Correct. You come here on your trust cash book.
Sorry, Advocate.
Yes, ma'am.
On question 8,
Do we not record the 2,000 rand that we pay the stockbroker for the shares?
What you see there is that the 2,000 is the number of shares that you bought.
Yes. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now you are receiving that share, that value for the shares in your trust cash book, because those shares have been sold, and then you receive that money. It's been say yes, sold shares, and that is white. And then those shares that has been sold, and then you say it's been sold for 66,000 rands. Now this 66,000 rand, we say who are we going to debit with that? Who are we going to credit with that 66,000 rand? Whose money is that?
White Trust.
White Trust. Therefore, let's go and credit it at White Trust ledger account. This is White Trust ledger account. XTCB, and that is the amount of 66,000 rands. The value is 66,000 rands. Then the shares has been sold at 66,000 rands. That means we are done recording everything there on the statement. That's the first instruction there at A. For 30 points, that's all you needed to do. For 30 points, that's all you needed to do. You just record those transactions, and then you get your 30 points. Now you can go to number B. Extract a list of trust balances of creditors as required by the Legal Practice Council. Now you have to extract a list of trust balances or trust creditors as required by the Legal Practice Council. Remember, this white here is one of your trust creditors. When you say extract a list of trust creditors, we want you to show us what is the balance here. How much are you holding for this client? How much do you owe this client? You do the same thing with other client. How much do you owe Green? How much do you owe the purchaser? So all of them, you are going to do the same thing and show us how much is your trust liabilities. Now let's do it like this. Okay, let me just come here. Trust balances stroke liabilities. Trust balances or trust liabilities. Now, let's balance all our clients' ledgers and see how much we owe each of our clients. And that simply means we need to start here. Green's Trust. On Green's Trust here, the credit side, which is the bigger side, is 200,000. Also pull it here. Now 200,000 rands minus the debit side. How much will be the balance?
170,000.
Balance here will be 170,000 rand. $170,000 will be your balance there. And then you come here. And then you say Green.
Consent.
Yes.
I'm lost. How did you calculate the Green Trust ledger, the balance?
You go to your Green Trust ledger account.
Yes.
How much do you have? You are recorded on the credit side?
200,000.
200,000. How much is on the debit side?
30,000.
Yes, it should be 30,000.
Yeah.
And you simply say the credit side, which is 200,000 minus the debit side, which is 30,000, and it should give you 170,000, and that's what we are recording there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Now, for green there is 170,000. Now let's go to the next client.
Sorry, Councillor, just before we move on, I just wanted to ask, recording the balance there of green, should it not be on the right-hand side because it's technically a credit balance?
Yeah, no. Here there's no problem. It does not need to be on the credit side or the left-hand side. Even if this block here, you can make 2 blocks. I'm basically going to make 2 blocks.
I see. I see.
Look, no, I don't think I'll be able to make 2 blocks here because the narration is gonna be difficult. But here, this amount here, it doesn't have to be a negative for a debit balance. As soon as you write green, and then we know that green's balance is this one, and the next one, the balance is here. So you can even come and cancel them and write them from this side.
Okay, thank you, Advocate. Then do we just assume because he's a client, he should be a trust creditor, so it's obviously a credit balance then?
Yes,
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Thank you, Advocate.
No problem.
And
Advocate.
I will also assume, Advocate, when we attend to this question on the answer sheet, one will have to indicate that now they are dealing with Part B.
Yes. Because it's part B, and by also indicating this heading here, trust balances or liabilities, we automatically knows that you are dealing with Part B. You can also, it's also good that when you write here, you write B, and the next one you write C. The first one it was A, so it's also good to do it that way.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right.
Advocate,
Yes, ma'am.
are you saying we don't need the T the T table there, that we can just put 2 sections instead of 4?
No. You don't actually need that. You can even just write one line. The top line like this, trust liability balances. You don't need to do these blocks here. You can get rid of all this block and just write green. Just against green, you write 170. The next one, write whatever balance. The next one, whatever balance. So you don't necessarily need these blocks.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Who's the next line there?
Purchaser.
Should be the purchaser. Yes, this is the purchaser's trust ledger account here. On the purchaser's trust ledger account, the credit side is 350,000 and plus 100,000, and that gives you how much?
450,000.
450,000 rands. Now this is 450,000 rand. Now you say 450,000 rand minus the debit side, which is 40,000 rand. How much is the balance?
410.
410.
410,000 rands. And let's come here and write here, Mrs. Purchaser. $410,000. Purchaser 410,000 rands. Then we go to the next client, which is white, isn't so?
Yes.
Okay, and let's balance white's trust ledger account. The credit side 100,000 plus 66,000, and how much is the total?
166,000.
106,000 rands. 166,000 rands. Now you say 166,000 rands minus the debit side, which is 60,000 rands. How much will be your balance?
106,000.
106.
106. And that's the balance here. Right here, balance. $106,000. Great. That is white. Then you come here again and you record white. $106, 1, 2, 3. And what is the next trust? Who is the other trust creditor?
Variety of clients.
Variety of clients.
Variety of clients. This is variety of clients here. You see on variety of clients, you've got the credit side with 700,000 rands. You come here, the debit side, it's going to be the same thing, 700,000 rands. Now there's nothing here on the debit side. That means how much is the balance here?
700,000.
700,000 rands. The balance there is 700,000 rands. The balance is 700,000 rand. That means you go back to that diagram again and say balance, sorry, variety of clients. That is 700,000 rands. Do we still have any other trust creditor?
No.
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 Those are all our trust creditors. And then total, you add all those together. Tell me how much you get.
1,386,000.
It's 1386000.
Yes.
Yes. That tells you that those are all our trust creditors. We owe all our trust creditors an amount of 1,386,000. That's our trust liabilities. This is what we owe to all our trust creditors. We owe them 1,386,000 rands. Now, that's the second portion. That's the B part. Now we go to the C part. Indicate whether you have sufficient funds in trust account to cover your trust liabilities. Now, this is the question. The client's money that you have, in which account do you keep that client's money?
TCP.
TCP.
In the trust book. Yes.
It is not in the trust cash book. Where will it be?
Investment.
Correct. The client's money must either be in the trust cash book or it must be invested. It cannot be anywhere else other than in your trust cash book or in your investment account. So you need to be very careful to always remember that at all times. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to deal with the part C of that account there. So when we deal with part C of that account, remember the statement says that you need to indicate whether you've got sufficient funds to cover your trust liabilities. So that's what you are going to have to indicate there. Indicate whether you've got sufficient funds in trust to cover your trust liabilities. And we all agree that the funds should either be in the trust cash book or in the investment account. Therefore, you can say here, trust accounts balances. You can even say trust cash book and investment balances. That still makes it trust cash book and investment balances. Trust cash book and investment balances. Now, You start here. Let's start by balancing our trust cash book. Let's go to our trust cash book first and balance it. This is our trust cash book. Can you add together the debit side of this account? 200,000 rands plus 50,000 rands plus 350,000 rands plus 700,000 rands plus 100,000 rands plus 400,000 rands plus 3,500 rands plus 100,000 rands plus 66,000 rands.
1,969,969,500.
63.
1969 or 63?
63.
69.
It's 69.
1,969.
It's 1,969,500.
Yes, 69.
169,500 rand.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
1,969,500.
969,500. Now, take the debit side, which is the bigger side. Say minus the debit side, minus 200,000 rand, minus 30,000 rands, minus 300,000 rands, minus 500,000 rands, minus 40,000 rands, minus 3,500 rand, minus 60,000 rand. How much is the balance?
836,000.
How much?
It should be 836,000.
836,000 rands.
Yeah.
You all get the same amount. Should be.
What did you say?
The balance
Oh,
that is
yeah.
836,000 rands.
Yes, it's correct.
Okay. Now we are going to come here. Trust account balances. Then you come here and say your trust cash book. Trust cash book is 836,000 rands. Now, which account do we also balance here?
Investments.
Investment. Bank A investment. Let's go and balance our Bank A investment. This is your Bank A investment. The debit side, which is obviously should be the bigger side. 200,000 rands. And that is 200. Now you say 200,000 rand on the debit side at Bank A minus the credit side 50,000 rand. How much is the balance?
150,000.
Balance here is 150,000 rands. That is Bank A investment. Balance is 150,000 rand, and then you come here, and then you say here, Bank A investment, 150,000 rands. And then you can also go to Bank B investment. Bank B investment. Let's go and balance our investment at Bank B.
Hey, Council, I'm lost.
You're lost?
Yes.
Let me find you. Where are you?
I didn't find you. The last one is trust cash book of 83600.
Okay, let's go back there. Oh, let's start here. Let's go to our trust cash book there. Now, this is our trust cash book here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in the trust cash book here, we simply came here and said, add together the debit side. When you add everything on the debit side, 200 plus 50 plus 350 plus 700 plus 100 plus 400 plus 3,005 plus 100 plus 66,000, it gives you a total of 1,969,500.
Yes.
Now the debit side, because it's the bigger side, minus the credit side. Minus 200, minus 30, minus 300, minus 500, minus 40, minus 3,005, minus 60. It will give you a balance of 836,000 rands. And this is the balance for a trust cash book, 836,000 rand. Now we say this 836,000 rand, we took it here. Sorry. We took it here. Now you simply say trust cash book, balance of trust cash book is 836,000 rand as it is in that account. Simply as it is. Then from there, we came to our investment account at Bank A. And then we say, this is Bank A investment. And then the debit side is the bigger side. Then 200,000 rand. Then 200,000 rand minus the credit side. The credit side is 50,000 rand. And the balance is 150,000 rands. That is why then we came here and say Bank A investment, the balance is 150. And then we were now on Bank B investment. We are now on Bank B investment. Now we say, let's go and balance our investment at Bank B. And this is Bank B investment. You'll see here the total is 300,000 rand. There is nothing on the credit side. That means the balance here. On at Bank B is 300,000 rands. The balance at Bank B is 300,000 rand. That simply means as it is, as you have found it, now you go to that column here, say Bank B investment, and then you record that 300,000 rands here. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, I thought there was a question. Insert rows below. Insert rows below. Now that is your Bank B investment. We also have Bank C investment. Bank C in investment. Try to mute yourself. Try to mute yourself. Now Bank C investment. Let's go to Bank C and balance that Bank C. This is your Bank C investment. The debit side, which is always the bigger side, is 500,000. 500,000 rands. And 500,000 rands. And then you say 500,000 rand, which is the debit side, minus the credit side of 400,000 rand, and therefore your balance here going to be 100,000 rands. The balance here for Bank C is 100,000 rands. Now, as it is, now you take it to that account there, and you record that balance there for Bank C. That is 100,000 rand. And I think that was the last investment. Now, because that was the last investment, and then you can add all those transactions together, total. 836,000 rands plus 150,000 rands plus 300,000 rands plus 100,000 rands. How much is the total?
1,386,000.
386,000.
Is equal
Now,
to liability.
yes, this is the money that we are holding. This is the funds available. Now, if you look at the funds available against our liabilities, so our liability here is 1,386,000. And how much is the money that we are holding? 1,386,000. That is what you call your trust reconciliation. You need to make sure that you've got sufficient funds in your trust and investment account to cover your trust liabilities. Trust reconciliation. When you talk about trust reconciliation, it's simply comparing a list of your trust creditors or a total of your trust creditors against the money you are holding in your trust cash book and investment account. Please remember, when you do your trust reconciliation, it has got nothing to do with your bank statement. It's simply your trust liabilities against, comparing your trust liabilities against the balance in your trust cash book and in your investments account. In other words, in your section 86.3 and 86.4 investment. That is what we call a trust reconciliation. That's all you do when you do a trust reconciliation. Okay. That's basically all you needed to do on this type of a statement, on this type of a question. That's all you needed to do on this type of a question. Now you will see that when you deal with that question, there was no such thing as any business ledger. We never recorded a single business ledger account when recording that statement. We never recorded a single journal when we recorded that statement. And there was no fee that we have raised when we recorded that statement. The same thing goes for what you call any journal that we had to record while dealing with that statement. So that's why I always say, you read your statement and your statement will tell you what is it that you need to record in each of those transactions. Do not rush into writing and believing that you know the question better and that you can record it as quickly as possible. It's not about recording quickly, but it's about recording what you understand to be correct. Because if you record as quickly as possible, does not necessarily mean what you are recording is correct. What you are recording may be completely wrong, but you simply rush into writing because you believed what you have read was the correct statement, only to find it was not the correct statement. And if you have given yourself time to read it for the second time, you will basically have been able to see what is it that you were recording there. You will have been able to see what were you actually recording. Okay.
Sorry, Council.
Yes, yes.
I just need to take you back, if you don't mind.
No problem.
Okay. With regard to variety of clients.
Yes.
I just want to understand something. It means what it actually says. Variety of clients, more than one client.
Yes, yes. You look, what could have happened there is that you might find that you have received money from variety of clients and that money is not identified. That's why we end up saying money from variety of clients. And because that money is sitting with you for quite some times, and then you decided, let me invest this money for the benefit of the legal practice council. So basically we say it's all those funds that you will find but not being identified.
Okay, that's why, because I was just concerned, because remember the principle that each client must have the separate ledger accounts. Was just concerned.
Separate ledger accounts, correct? Yes.
Thank you so much.
Because you'll see in the practice, if you receive this amount of money, you normally record them in those suspense account, and then record them accordingly with their value, so that if one client comes to you 7, 8, 9, 10 months down the line and say, I since transferred 10,000 Rand into your trust account and I've never had anything from you, there was no reference number when you received that money. Then you are able to go into the suspense account and you are able to see which amount I received on which date and how much is it, and then you are able to get it quickly. And as soon as you get it quickly, you move it from that account, and then you record it accordingly. You open a trust ledger account for that client now that the client has been identified.
Okay, thank you so much, Council.
Okay.
Council, I have a question.
Yes, man.
Yeah, actually, it's a practical question. I had in this case of RAF, most attorneys received double payment.
Yes.
Yeah, some triple payment. So other attorneys used those money which was paid by mistake into their trust account.
Yes.
So my question is actually I want to concur with you that if they were honest, because that money was paid by mistake, and then they realized maybe after 3 months that this money is in the trust account, they should have put it in that suspension. I don't know how you call it, suspend account or what.
Yes.
Okay,
Look, I can tell you that there were a number of issues involved there, because you'll see, you need to remember that the fact that they've used that money, some of them, when you talk to them, they've got reasons. They say that this guy owes me 10 million, and then he pays me 1 million incorrectly into my account, and he repay me 2 account double. Then why do I have to give him his 1 million back while he owes me 10 million, and I don't even know when he's going to pay me my 10 million? And they say we are going to use it, and there was going to be a write-off. That's why I'm saying it's a bit of a complicated issue.
But in that regard, advocate, there is a system that has been established by Road Accident Fund to say the claims court orders were given first should be paid first. So if it's incorrect, that claim is going to be paid at a later stage, because there's this system, the court order that was given first, will be paid first, and the one that came last, so on and so forth.
Yes. Look, they have said that, but from few of my colleagues that I know are practicing, they're doing RAF matters. Look, it happens to some, but it doesn't happen to everybody. Like, for instance, from what I heard from one of the guy that also received a double payment, apparently they have blocked their payment and say, we are not going to pay you your 1 million. I'm not going to pay you a 15 million until you pay us our 200,000. Therefore, you've got that type of situation. But again, the court order was very clear to say, pay this account that are over 180 days. The question is this person were not paying it and holding it against the 200,000 where he doesn't have a court order to hold that money? Is he not in contempt of court? That's another question again. And how do you deal with that?
Exactly.
Yes. Because you can't go to court and say, I'm not paying him because he owes me. Then the question is, but you've got a court order to pay him. If you don't want to pay him, get your own court order. Then you can't pay him.
Indeed, that's true.
And constitutional, who's suffering? It's not the attorneys only.
Yes.
The
That's
victims of yes.
Yeah,
you cannot punish me for a transaction of A and I'm also transaction B in that attorney say you are not going to release 15 million, which is due to me, due to the transaction of A.
The transaction of A, correct. Yeah. Look, it cannot be more correct than that. It's you're really correct. I think. Look, I can only believe and hope that something should be done on that. Something should be done on that.
Katse,
Yes.
do we continue now?
Yeah, I believe we should. Let's do this. It's not a big question. Let's quickly do. It's a small question. We'll finish it in the next 15 minutes.
Okay, I was humbly asking for the call of nature for maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
No, like we can quickly take a 5 minutes break and let's come back to finish this one up.
Thank you.
Let's have a 5 minutes break.
Advocate.
Yes.
I just want to check something, man. On 86.3, does it mean that the interest which is being generated from the investment,
yes,
the attorney is not benefiting anything? It is only the Legal Practice Council that is benefiting from those investments.
Correct. Correct. I can tell you, attorney benefit nothing from the trust account. Nothing, except that he will be able to write and transfer his fees from trust to business as and when he has done the job. But you don't derive any benefit from the trust account except that only.
But is that correct?
It is. It has been working like that for ages.
But can it not be challenged that an attorney also must benefit from 86.3?
Okay.
Why should
maybe
you
to
come again?
Why should an attorney benefit from that?
Isn't that the money came via him, and so the client who paid that amount, he paid to that attorney, and therefore he is the one now who is deciding and not advising the client that invest in terms of 86.4, but invest in terms of 80. Then he invests without being informed, and so meaning that the LPCC is benefiting, and in a way I can say unduly benefiting, because the attorney was supposed to be benefiting.
No, one thing that you also need to take into account, you must never look at LPC as a separate entity. You must, when you look at this LPC, you must also look at yourself, because those benefit that goes to the Legal Practice Council, to some extent, they are also going to benefit you.
Yeah, maybe if one can come, maybe you should explain the role of Legal Practice LPPF so that he can understand why attorneys need to. Yes.
Yeah, because one of the duties of the Legal Practice Fidelity Fund, remember, it is your insurance.
Indemnity.
That's very important to remember. It is your insurance, and to some extent, the interest that they generate from that trust account is paid into that insurance, and that insurance, to some extent, is going to assist you in the near future. And not only that, you also have some number of programs that are offered by the Legal Practice Council in terms of assisting you candidate attorneys. There are also courses. You will see, if as soon as you get admitted and you register with the Legal Practice Council, you will see on a daily basis they are posting courses that attorney can attend to boost their knowledges in different fields. And those courses are also sponsored by those people. So where do they get money? They get money from this type of thing. The interest that comes from your trust account, they get money from your membership fee, they get money from the fines that they impose on you, they get money from different sources. But if they don't get these monies, they may collapse.
I'm answered 100%. Thank you, Advocate. I understand.
Okay, no problem. Okay, maybe we should just take that 3 minutes break. We're already on 2 minutes. Let's take that 3 minutes break. I see some also just stood up. Let's take that 3 minutes break, and then we can quickly come and finish up this exercise.
Council.
Yes.
Sorry, I know we're on break. I just want to ask something quickly. Would it be correct to say that an attorney can benefit in terms of 86.4 indirectly if I charge my
In
client
terms
for
of
having
86?
4.
Okay.
Because I've invested, I just charge client separately that I've invested monies for him and I charge him when I pay him the proceeds thereof.
Yeah, you are right. When you invest on behalf of the client in terms of Section 86.4, you are entitled to charge your administration fee. For whatever you have done, you can charge fee for doing that. The only time when you cannot charge any admin fee is when you administer 86.3. That one you do it for free. You don't charge any fee. But 86.4, charge your fee.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify. Thank you so much, Council.
Okay. You also get your question around that in your exam. Can you charge fees when administering 86.3 investment or 86.4 investment? You need to know you can charge on 86.4 investment, but not on 86.3 investment. Okay, let me also quickly take that 2 minutes break. Come back just now.
Cancer.
Yes.
Can you repeat for me what you just said, please? About the question of that question.
About the question of?
That question of can you charge the
Oh, no, I was saying you get a question in the exam that says, can you as an attorney charge the admin fee for administering your investment in terms of Section 86.3 and 86.4? So you need to remember that your response will be, I can charge administration fee for administering Section 86.4 where I invest on behalf of my client. But where I invest in terms of Section 86.3, I am not allowed to charge any admin fee.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Hey, that's last 1 hour. Something 2 minutes break. Huh? That's not
America Vita. Ari emelenyana. Kirari emelenyana America Vita. Hello, ulotha 2 minutes now. Lari ku fill le tsoka re tla fill.
Okay. Can we quickly look at that question quickly? That should be 41 on those hands out that you are having. Question 41. Let's quickly look at that. We'll finish it just now. Let's look at that question number 41. That's the one that I've shared there on the screen. It's question 41 on those hands out with questions. Now, if you read that question, it says, your bookkeeper presents you with the following extract of clients' private trust and business ledger account balances as at 30th of June 2018. And then you will see on the far left, it says private or clients. In other words, it's either your client or a private matter. Canon Office supplies Zulu, John, Mary, Martha, Lillian, Kennedy, and Lazarus. And then in the middle there, you see it's credit or debit trust balances. And you know so far that a trust balances is not allowed to be in the negative. Those are your clients. Those clients on the far left, those are their balances. You see, in respect of Canon Office Supply, there's nothing. Zulu 34,729, John 120, Mary 8799, Martha nothing, Lillian 82,247, Kennedy 24,689, and Lazarus is a debit of 3,600 rand. And then you go to the right hand side, it says debit or credit private or business balances. Now the first one there, you'll see you've got a credit balance for Canon office supplies. And then the rest of there, you've got all those are the debit balances in business. Now those debit balances in business represent the amount of money that those clients on the far left owes you in business. That's what you are owed. Except the first one there. The first one, Canon office supply, you see that is a private matter. Where you owe Canon office supply 20,000 rand. That is what you owe Canon office supply. As you can see, it's a credit balance. That means what you owe Canon office supply. The rest are the debit balances, means what they owe you. Additional information. Included in the trust credit balance of Zulu is an uncleared amount of 20,000 rand, which will clear on the 2nd of July 2018. That is the balance of Zulu. You are required to calculate the amount you may transfer from trust to business banking account and indicate each client and private account balance for after the transfer. And then describe the transfer journal entry you will make. What cash book entries will you make? I want there on the first one there. Calculate the amount you may transfer from the trust to the business account, banking account. I want you to add something there. Indicate the trust credit balance. Oh, sorry. Calculate the amount you may transfer from the trust to the business banking account and vice versa. In other words, indicate the amount you may transfer from trust to business and from business to trust. Calculate the amount you may transfer from trust to the business banking account and vice versa, and indicate each client and private account balances after the transfer. That's at number 1. Now, this is how you, this one format that you can use to answer this question. Let's look at this format here. Let's look at this format here. Then you've got your Canon office supply, and then here you've got Zulu. Let's write all those names here. Got Zulu here. And then here you've got John. And the next one you've got Mary. The next one you've got Lillian. And then you've got Kennedy. Then you've got Lazarus. Lazarus. So you can write all those clients there. Write all those names of those clients in that format that I've indicated there. You can use that format. Still okay. You can use that format. You try to mute yourself there. The children are making noise. Okay. Now, let's look at the amount that you may transfer from trust to business. In other words, the amount that you may transfer from client's trust to the same client's business ledger account. And they say that at the same time you can also check what you can transfer from business to trust. Let's start with the Canon office supplies. There is nothing in trust there. And in business, there is a credit balance of 20,000 rand. Is there anything that we can transfer? Is there any transferable amount in respect of Canon office supplies?
No.
No. That means 0. And we come here on Zulu. Anything we can transfer in respect of Zulu? Look at it.
So
You saying?
I said I think so because the balance is positive.
And how much can we transfer?
The amount owed in business.
Which is how much?
16,483.
Correct. That is the amount that you can transfer. Remember, this person owes you 16,483 in business, but you are holding 34,729 for him. But the question is, can we transfer that 16,483?
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
we can.
yeah, we can.
We can.
Yes.
No, we can't.
Why not?
Because there's no money. There's not enough money.
So we can transfer from his trust to our business. Why does he
But
have?
you can't transfer the whole 16,000. It's not enough money to cover that.
Oh.
Additional information. Did you read that?
Oh gosh.
Included in Zulu's trust credit balance, or included in the trust credit balance of Zulu, is an uncleared amount of 2,000 rand, which will be cleared on the 2nd of July.
Okay.
That means 34,729 minus 20,000 rand that you cannot use, you cannot transfer. It's not cleared. That means how much is the balance that you are holding in trust for Zulu that is available?
14,729.
That's the money available. And he owes you 60 in business. That means how much can you transfer?
14,000.
14,000.
14,729 transfer, correct. Now let's go to John. 120,000 rand in trust, and he owes us 15,238. Can we transfer from trust to business, or vice versa?
Yes, we can transfer.
And how much?
15,238.
Correct, 15,238. That's what we can transfer. And let's look at Mary. 8799 in trust, and then 2387 what he owes in business. Any transfer? Mary.
Yes.
Yes.
How much?
2,387.
2,387. He owes us that, but we've got 8799, which is more than what he owes us. So we can transfer. That is Mary. No, we got Martha that I've skipped there.
What?
We've got Mary. Okay, let me just say here, Martha. Alien. Okay. Somebody, there's a noise. There's a noise in your background there. Try to mute yourself unless if you are speaking. Okay, then let's go to Martha. On Martha, there is nothing in trust, and there's a debt of 6843. What can we transfer?
There's nothing to transfer.
Nothing.
Nothing to transfer, correct. Ian, 82,247 in trust and nothing in business. How much can you transfer?
Nothing also.
Nothing.
Nothing again. Kennedy, 24,689 in trust and he owes us 41,438 in business. How much can we transfer? Kennedy.
We can only transfer 24,689.
24,689. Remember, he owes us 41,438 in business, but he doesn't have that in trust. In trust, he only has 24,689. That means we transfer whatever he has in trust. The balance will be what he still owes us. So in this case, you transfer the whole 24,689, which is what you are holding in trust. Okay. Let's look at Lazarus. How much is transferable in respect of Lazarus? How much?
Nothing terrible.
Nothing transferable.
This one,
Zero.
because it's on a negative. Maybe we would have to transfer from our business.
In trust,
No, we
in
can't.
trust, the trust is a negative value. He also owes us 2.7.
Yes.
I mean, because it can be on a negative, maybe we'd have to pop up something from our business and cover this negative balance. Hence, he said we can't have a negative balance on the trust account, I guess.
Yeah.
You can, but
Yes.
it's not advisable. So
Okay.
something went wrong. Something went wrong.
He owes us.
Who did wrong?
Yeah, no, the position in that on that transaction is, remember, I said that the statement was calculate the amount you may transfer from trust to business banking account and vice versa, and indicate each client and private account balances after the transfer. Now, you've got 3,600 Rand that is in the debit on Lazarus Trust ledger account. Now, when you've got this type of a situation, what is the first thing that you need to do? Well, what that will normally do?
Cover the deficit.
With what? Where do you get the money to cover the deficit?
I guess we can only use the negative balance.
From business cash book.
From business account.
Yes,
Yeah.
from our.
Now, you are going to get money from the business account to cover this deficit. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, use the 2,700.
2,700, you do what with the 2,007?
You lessen the deficiency.
With the 2,007.
This one is the amount that he
No.
owes us. Obviously, we cannot use this one. It would mean we have to go into our business account and pay.
Transferable amount, 3,006.
Yes.
Where do you transfer this money from? From your business.
From our business account.
Yes, you are going to transfer 3,600 Rand from your business account into the trust to cover that trust deficit. So transferable amount there will be your 3,600 Rand. Remember, it's not only a transfer from trust to business, it's also transfer from business to trust. This will be a transfer from your business account into the trust to cover that trust deficit. So the transferable amount is the same amount that is in deficit, which is 3,600 Rand. Now, let's come here. The next one, trust balances after the transfers. Let's start with Canon Office Supply. Do we have any trust balance for Canon Office Supplies? Any trust balance for Canon Office Supplies?
Nothing at all.
No, there's nothing. Zulu. Any trust balance for Zulu?
Yes.
Any trust balance for Zulu? Mm-hmm.
Is it not the one given the
The
34?
uncleared 20,000.
You saying what?
The uncleared 20,000.
And clear 20,000.
Yes.
Yes. Huh? Yes, they should. We should
18,291.
we should. Okay. Hence, he paid
18,291.
18,291. How did you get to 18,291?
By subtracting 16,483 from 34,729.
Why do you subtract 16,483?
Because 16,000 was the one that was being owed in the business.
Yes.
So I had to subtract it from the trust balance.
Why do you subtract-
transferred.
Why do you subtract it? Because you already paid yourself 14 here. 14,729.
14,729. Oh, okay. I guess I made a mistake there. Okay. I need a clarity on that one, sir.
20,009 is the balance. Remember, it's in your account, despite the fact that it's not cleared, but it's with you.
Okay.
Until it's reversed, you've got that money. It's not reversed now. You are holding it on behalf of this client. 20,000 rand is the amount that you are holding in trust on behalf of this client. John.
I don't understand something.
Yes.
Yeah, in Zulu's account,
Yes.
initially we had 34,729.
Yes.
Is it 20,000 rand of that amount had not yet cleared at the time?
Yes, this is the amount that has not been cleared. This 20,000 rand here.
Yes. So
Yes.
now if we took 14,729 from his account, oh, I get it now.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's look at John.
Wait.
Okay.
Can you just help us again with Zulu's accounts? Like, we don't understand exactly where the 20,000 comes from exactly. Because if we use the 20,000 to pay Zulu, right?
Yes.
Then like, I'm confused. Like,
Okay.
why the 20,000 on the side?
Let's you and me take a small ride to that account of Zulu.
All right, sir.
Let's look in the credit side on the question paper. On the trust, there is an amount of 34,729, isn't so? That is the total amount that we are holding for Zulu, 34,729. And how much does Zulu owes us in business? 16,483. Now we say to Zulu, pay us our 16,483. The question is, can he pay the 16,483? If you read there at additional information, included in the trust credit balance of Zulu is an uncleared amount of 20,000 rand, which will clear on the 2nd of July 2018. That tells you, from that 34,729, you can use any money from that 34,079, but you must make sure the 20,000 rand, you don't use it because it's not available. That's why we say it's not available. Remember, we are on the 30th of June. So the 20,000 rand will only be available on the 2nd of July.
So I'm caught now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. Correct.
Sorry, Council.
Yes.
Just to take you back on Canon's account.
Canon, yes.
Are we not meant to transfer the 20,000 because it's not meant to be a business creditor to make him a trust creditor?
Yeah, what is happening there is that you as the business may have taken something from Canon office supplier on a higher purchase.
Okay.
So the business owes Canon office supplier 20,000 rands. It's not the other way. So Canon office supplier is not your client. You are Canon office supplier's client.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why there's nothing in the trust. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, it's that guy. Actually, I was listening attentively when you were talking about it, then the other candidate said, "No, you must leave it." I think you should continue explaining.
Oh, you also wanted the explanation.
Yeah, and I didn't. I don't get where did we find 14729.
Okay, let me quickly finish it now. What I was saying is we've got 34,729 for Zulu. But out of that 34,729, 20,000 is not available. In other words, take 34,729 because we need to use money today. We need to use the whole 34,729 today. But we can't use it all because 20,000 rand of that money is not available. Will only be available on the 2nd of July. Therefore, you say 34,729 minus that which is not available, which is 20,000 rand. How much is the balance? 34,729 minus 20,000 rand, which is not available now. How much will be the balance?
Yeah, 14,729.
Yes, 14,729 is what is available. And remember, we want our money from this guy. How much does he owe us in business? 16,483. You see that?
Yes.
Now that he only has 14,729,729 rand in trust, but he owes us 16,483. Can we pay ourselves? Can we transfer the whole 16,483?
No.
No, we cannot transfer it. How much can we transfer? How much is available?
14,729.
14,729. That's why we transferred 14,729. Where is the balance? How much is the balance in trust after we transfer the 14,729? How much is the balance from that 34,729?
The uncleared 20.
The uncleared 20. That uncleared 20 is in our trust. That's why here we say trust balance is that uncleared 20. It's here, still in our trust. We transferred 14,729. Uncleared amount is 20,000 rands. Okay.
Okay, understood.
Yes, you'll see it when we come here on the business balances. It will give more sense. Let's finish up here.
Now it makes sense.
Yes. Let's come here on John. How much is the trust balance that we have on behalf of John?
It's 104,000.
104?
762.
72?
762.
762. 104,762. That simply means 120,000 minus the 15,238 that he has paid us. Then whatever we have there, the balance is his trust balance. Mary. How much is Mary's trust balance?
6412.
6412. Which means 8799 minus the 2387 that he has paid us. The balance will be 6412. That is his trust balance. That is Mary. Martha. Any trust balance for Martha?
Nothing.
Nothing. Zero. Lillian. Any trust balance for Lillian?
No.
82247.
Yes.
2247, correct. Balance for Kennedy?
Nothing.
Nothing. Remember, he owed at 41,438. We transferred the whole 24,689. So in trust, the balance is zero. Any trust balance for Lazarus?
Nothing.
Nothing also. Now we come here on the business balances. Canon office supply. Any business, okay?
Before we continue, remember
Yes.
with Lazarus, he had a negative balance in his trust, and then we paid over the 3,600 from our business account to cover the. Oh, he's left it there because it covered the deficit. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Canon office suppliers, business balance.
20,000.
Yeah, that credit balance of 20,000, nothing happens to it. Still stand. 20,000 rands, still owed. Zulu, any business balance for Zulu?
1754.
1754. Now, this is where the 1754 comes from. He initially owed us 16,483, isn't so? Now you say 16,483 minus what he has paid, which is 14,729. How much will be the balance?
1754.
1754. The 1754, he still owes you that money in business because he could not pay the whole amount that he owed you here. He only paid 14,729 instead of 16,483. So the balance here that he still owes in business is 1754. That's why if you add 1754 plus the 20,000 plus 14,729, it will give you that trust balance there. Will it give you the trust balance? Yes, it should give you that trust balance, 34,729. Okay. No, not 34,729. I'm wrong. Cannot give you 34,729. Yes, but you can add those three together. It will give you, because this one you add here, it gives you what he owes you, which is 16,489. Therefore, you take this 1754 out of the 16,483, which is what he owed, and therefore this is what he has paid, and this is what you are still holding in trust for him, and this is what he still owes you in business. Okay. Now let's go to John. Any business balance for John?
Nothing.
No. John has paid you everything that he owed you. Nothing. Mary. Any business balance for Mary?
Nothing.
No, zero. Then go to Martha. Any business balance for Martha?
6843.
6843. She hasn't paid that money. She still owes you that money. 6843. Lillian.
Nope.
No business balance.
None.
None. Kennedy.
16749.
How much?
16749.
16,749 rands. Remember you owed you 41,438 and you only paid 24,689. You simply says 41,438 minus 24,689, which is what he has paid. Whatever is the balance is what he still owes you in business, which is 16,749. Okay. Let's go to Kennedy. Any business balance for Kennedy?
Lazarus, you meant.
We're going to Lazarus.
Lazarus.
6300.
6300.
6300. Correct. Remember, when you pay that 3,600 rand on his behalf, he owes you that 3,600. And he already owed you 2,700. So you just say 2,007 plus the 3.6 that I'm paying on his behalf now, then it gave you that total of 6,300 rand. That is what he owes in business. That's what he owed you in business. That's all you needed to do on this statement.
Sorry, sir, quick question.
Yes.
Do we get marks in the exam for showing like our calculations and so forth? Or do we only get marks for the final answer?
Like on this one?
Yeah.
No. Every transaction you record here, you get a mark.
No, but I'm saying like, for example, under Zulu, we had to say 16,483 minus 14,700.
Let me go to Zulu. Oh, you mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, for business balance, for example.
Yeah.
Do we need to show how we got that amount, or do we just put that amount in?
Oh, no, you just put this amount here. You don't need to show the calculation. You just need to show this amount here. That is enough.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that is how you do this type of a statement. And I'm telling you that this type of a question came into the exam on several occasions in the past few years. So you get something of this nature, you should be able to answer this type of a question. Should not be a problem. Should not be a problem for you as long as we have done it and you know exactly what to expect when you get this type of a question. Any questions so far? Look, what I can tell you is that you need to practice these transactions. That is the only way that you are going to pass this attendance bookkeeping. And there's no way that you are going to fail this attendance bookkeeping after this this week together here. So practice these transactions as we are doing. I'm gonna drop my email there again. If you've got a problem, drop me your email. I will attend to you and try to clarify you on whatever that you might find difficult there while you are practicing. And if you feel like your question is a bit long, ask your question, and on that email also drop me your phone number so that when I feel like it's too long and I need to explain it to you, I can give you a call and explain and discuss the question with you. So some question you might find it's very long and you cannot just answer it by writing. So if you drop your numbers, and I will definitely come to you and discuss with you that type of a question that you will be having some difficulties on. So, but the only way to get this right, please practice it. As I said to you the other day, it's very unlikely that you're going to get revision classes closer to the board exam. Personally, not doing them because it's too risky to do those classes, more especially during this time of the pandemic. So I'm not going to be able to do them. I'm not going to take chances. I might not have told you. I did not even think I will finish the classes with you because I tested positive just a few days before we started classes. But I'm happy that I was able to go through and finish them with you. So that's one of the reasons I say I'm not going to take chances by doing contact classes in the revision. For that reason, I'm definitely not going to be able to do the revision classes, but I can assist you. If you've got questions there, you drop them on my email address. I will definitely assist you. There's a time when I sit on the on my computer and just respond to the emails. So I may not respond it on the same day that you sent it, but rest assured that I will definitely come back to you with whatever question that you might have. So I always say, please, when you get into the exam, try to read the questions. People don't read the questions. The reason people don't read the question is because people want to write quickly and get out of the exam center. Somebody want to write and to be seen as the first one going out of the exam center. That does not give you anything. And I can tell you, you can go out of the exam center and be the first one to go out. Before we get home, we'll have forgotten who went out of the exam center first. So why do you do that? Finish writing, sit down, read the question paper again, re-look at your answers and see how many transactions you are going to correct by just sitting down, reading, and trying to correct whatever that you have written initially. So that's going to help you a lot, because some of the questions initially when you read them, you were in hurry because you were worried about the time. Now you finish quicker, you realize that you still have more time in your hands. So why don't you use that time to your advantage? Because as soon as you drop that paper, you go out of the exam center, you will never be able to come back again and fix that which you have made wrong. And recently, I've seen or heard about number of students writing the exams for whatever reasons. They find themselves with the answer sheets after going out of the exam. Please, the only thing that you will be allowed to take, you can take it out with you, is the question paper. Make sure that your answer sheet, you drop it there or you leave it there on the table where you are writing. Because if you go out with that answer sheet, even if it's for seconds, it will not be accepted back. So it pains a lot when a student calls you and they're crying because they accidentally went out of the exam with their answer sheet, and unfortunately it cannot be taken back. So it's very, very, very painful. So please make sure before you go, you know what is it that you need to leave behind, and you know what is it that you need to take out with you. But I can tell you the only way to get this right is to practicing. And whether you go to your revision classes or you go wherever, this is exactly what you are going to find there. And as I said earlier on regarding the checks, you're going to get some confusion there when you practice, because most of the question papers, they were dealing with the issue of the checks. And the issue of the checks have been phased out, and therefore you will have that problem of trying to adjust between a check and an EFT. So you need to trade quite well when you deal with that, so that you don't get confused and end up making a lot of mistake unnecessarily. But if you are able to move away from that, the issue of the checks and the EFT payments, you will see that this paper should not be a difficult paper. You have seen how we did the correspondent, the receiving of instructions, where you must calculate the allowance fee, where you must calculate the collection fee. You have seen how we do that. You have seen how we deal with the giving of instruction. It's just a statement that you receive from your client with 2 columns. With those 2 columns, you work on those 4 steps. You do step number 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're done with step number 4, you do step 7 and 8 of convincing. You are done with the whole statement. You know how to do your accounting statement on that giving of instruction. The debit side, re-record everything except the EFT payments, and then on the credit side, only record the amount received, and that's equal your accounting statement. And your bank, your convincing section, you need to know those steps. You record the transaction. As soon as they say the property is registered, you immediately start with the 8 steps. So you can't miss those 8 steps. And as I said, try to practice those 8 steps. If you have to do them on one question, maybe 5 or 6 times, just for the sake of trying to get used to those steps. And then when you move to the next question, you'll see that those steps will just flow. So try to work on those steps. Remember, the steps are not allowed in the exam. Don't take those steps with you in the exam. They are not allowed. No material is allowed in the exam. Please, I always plead with students, do not take a chance. If you have not studied enough, just write. If you don't pass, come back and write again. But do not try to take chances. Many students have been caught trying to take chances by copying or having unnecessary or unwanted materials with them. And I can tell you sitting here today that if you are found with those unwanted material, chances are that you may never be admitted as an attorney again in the future. Or if you ever get admitted, it's going to take you many, many, many years to come back. Because even if you are suspended for 5 years, for instance, that does not necessarily mean after 5 years you must just come running and start writing the exams. You must then make an application first to LPC. Tell them I'm rehabilitated and I'm ready to rewrite my board exam. And if they're not convinced, they will tell you, we are not convinced, go back. Come back again after some few years. So you don't want that to happen. So if you can't pass this course, we are still here. Come back again, we will assist you until you pass. And you will pass it. So it's just up to you. And it's very important that you also display the ethical standard that reflect of a very much qualified legal practitioner, because that way we are sure that when you represent your client, you will represent them with dignity. So you represent them knowing quite well what oath you will have taken, because you're going to take an oath as soon as you get admitted, so that you practice under the oath that you will have taken with the court and with the legal practice council, that you will serve the community with integrity and dignity. So we don't want to see things that are happening now when people are found in the wrong. I've seen one thing this morning on the news that I was not happy about, when I see that one of our colleagues has been sentenced to 10 years for misusing trust funds. Apparently, he misused just over 1.8 million. And then you have to go and serve 10 years. And after serving that 10 years, I can tell you that he's not going to be able to come back to practice again, because apparently somebody who was 43, who is 43, and 10 years, you'll be 53. And when you come back after that 10 years, I can tell you, you will have no taste again of becoming a legal practitioner, because in the first place, you need to establish that trust with your client, and then you don't even know whether the client will still come back to you, because you have given yourself trust money that belongs to clients. So clients may not trust you even when you come back. Not only that, you still have to face the legal practice council, because you also have a criminal record now. So it's a difficult thing to do. Do not get yourself into that. Do not. We are here to assist you with whatever that you need. Doesn't matter. Meet me on the street one day. Ask me whatever favor that you need. In as far as this course is concerned, I will assist you. Even if it's something beyond this course, as long as it has to do with your business as a legal practitioner, I will definitely assist you, and I know many of my colleagues will assist you. The only problem is that we are afraid of asking for assistance. Ask for assistance, you will get it. Even go to the legal practice council. If you don't understand something, go there in their offices or call them. You will see how much help you are going to get. You'll get a lot of assistance from those people. Everybody will be willing to assist you. So the same thing, even when you go to court there, you practice there. You'll see how much legal judicial officers will be willing to assist you, as long as you become open to say, I do not know. I'm going to need assistance as and when I go. They know you don't know, and they will assist you. Just don't pretend to know, because if you pretend to know, they will think you know, and you make a mistake, they will be on top of you, because they assume that you know, and when you make a mistake, they assume you are making mistakes on purpose. So ask for assistance, you will be assisted. So that's basically what you call your legal practitioner's bookkeeping. Any questions so far? Stay safe, yeah. Any question? Because I believe that we are done with the session. I just want to find out if there are any question or anything that I need to clarify you on.
Sir, I wanted to make a suggestion. I don't know if you would go for it, and I don't know if the others in this group would want to go for it. But I just wanted to find out if, like, if everyone else has time, maybe we can take 10 to 20 minute break, and then possibly go over an exam paper. That way, it helps us cover everything that we also learned from Monday, from a trial balance point to TCB to anything else, you know. So I don't know if that's a possibility, or if no one is, or if no one's busy, then we can do it, or if that's something that you would also want us to like go through in order for us to also know what to expect from the exam and how to answer each exam like step by step. I don't know. That's
Look, your name is
Joe.
Joe.
Yes.
What I can suggest is that try to work on that question. Drop me an email with your number, and then I can discuss with you. That I wouldn't have a problem with that. My biggest problem is that I need to. It's already 4, and I've got another class that I need to start now at 5. So that will tell you I might need something like 30 minutes to rest before I start with the 5 o'clock class.
Understood.
So, yes, otherwise I will normally don't have a problem with that. That's why I'm saying drop me an email on that which you wanted us to do. I'll find a time and then I'll give you a call and then we'll discuss it.
Understood. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
No problem, man. My email is also there. I'm not sure if it's visible there on the chat. So you can email there and then I will definitely work on it with you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Yes.
The regulations are the ones that we found in the LPA Act, or is the one that we have on the study guide?
You were saying what?
The regulations.
The regulations. No, the regulations. I think check them with the so your LPC. They should be able to give you a copy of the regulation. So in your guide there, it's just here and there. So get the full regulation. The LPC should be able to provide you with a copy. If not, they will tell you where to get a copy of the regulations.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Council,
Yes.
where do we send our review? Because I think you've been brilliant. So I think there's a portal or something where we can send a review and just say thank you.
Okay. I'll speak to what do you call Sis Nomsa just now, and then she will send you that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, she will send all of you that.
Council.
Yes.
With regard to conventions type 128, because here I only have a page that I found in an image. Can I find where I can from the practice manual where I can find these steps in full? Because here is
these steps in full. You will find them on page. Let me just quickly refer you now. Those steps in full, they are on page. I'm not sure what type of a copy you have, but on the copy that I have here, they start on page 84.
Yes, and the last question.
Yes.
If then I miss your email address, can I ask some of the candidates in our WhatsApp group to put your email there?
Yes. Yeah, you can do that. No problem. You can do that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, yes. Any question again?
Well, yes, advocate. I just wanted to ask, in an exam, if you don't, like after putting everything, like for example, our trial balance, then you don't balance at the end, or maybe on one of our journals, and then you don't, our case books, you don't balance at the bottom. Do you lose a lot of marks?
Look, what is very important is getting many of your transactions correct, because you are marked per correct transaction. So you are marked per correct transaction, And if you don't balance, that's why I said the other day to say, if you write question number 1 and you write question number 2 doesn't balances. Some of the account doesn't balances. Do not spend a lot of time trying to find out where the problem is. Go to question number 3, finish question number 3. When you are done with everything, then come back, try to find out where the problem is, because you might find that you are not balancing. But that not balancing is going to cost you between 3 and 4 marks. But if you start looking for that problem that is going to cost you 3 to 4 marks, you spend about 15 minutes to 20 minutes trying to look for the problem. And that's where the problem is going to be. That's why I always say the problem, don't balance, skip, finish writing that, write the other questions, come and look for the problem. If you are able to identify the problem and you can just cancel and write the correct transaction, do so. But it is something that you believe you must rewrite. Then rewrite it at the end. When you are done rewriting it, come back and cancel the incorrect one.
Okay, thank you so much, Advocate. And I just wanted to thank you so much. You've been really brilliant to us. Thank you so much. Good job.
Oh, thank you very much, Nelly Sile. Thank you.
Sorry, Advocate, I wanted to ask the other candidates
There's somebody who is playing either the radio or the TV there. Please just mute yourself so that we can hear each other from this side.
Yes,
Okay.
I wanted to ask if there's a WhatsApp group where we can assist each other, because I didn't see it and I heard someone talking about the WhatsApp group. If there is, in case we have a problem, we can even assist each other.
I think you have an WhatsApp group, because I've been seeing messages here regarding the WhatsApp group. So if any one of you is on the WhatsApp group, maybe what you need to do is also put your number here on the chat group, so that whoever is the admin can put you on that group. So there is a group, from what I know, the WhatsApp group.
Okay, I don't have access to the chat now. It means I can even do it tomorrow.
Yes, no problem. I think you can do it tomorrow, even during the next coming classes. I think that group you can, but they've been adding one another here on the same chat that we had.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any question again? Just to ease you guys, those of you who do not have questions, if you are clear, you may log out. There's no problem. You may log out and do whatever that you need to do. So we shouldn't hold you here. We are done with the classes. If you don't have questions, we should not keep you long here. Okay. Any question?
In fear of us looking as ungrateful brats, I just want to inform you that your meeting chat froze. But I don't know whether you have access to it, but the thanks has been streaming in for the last 10 minutes. So I don't think you are aware of it, but I think each member, many people wrote long messages thanking you for the wonderful presentation. I just wanted to bring it to your attention, Advocate.
I don't know what's happening with my chat now. The last message I received was around 1:30, and I don't know. It seems like I'm no longer receiving messages. I'm not sure if you are able to see the email address that I've put there.
We saw it. You can put it again.
I've just put it again now. I'm not sure if it came through to that site.
It shows, sir.
Is it? Can you see it?
Yes, it shows.
Yes.
It shows. But unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I can't see your messages now. And but thank you for all the messages that you are writing there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I hope this really will assist you. And as I said, I'm still available to assist you. This should not be the end of it. Send me those emails. So, and then I will definitely work with you, assist you in as far as that is concerned. Okay, any question again?
Hi, Council.
Yes, man.
I just want to find out: is it possible when you get a question in the exam with regard to the bank reconciliation, for them not to give you a balance of either the bank statement or the trust cash book? Is it possible?
You can find a question in the exam, yes, in the bank reconciliation where they don't give you the balance. And you will see, I think I've got one of those questions on those hands out where you only get the balance in your bank statement. Sorry, in your cash book, and you are required to calculate your bank statement balance. Okay. So if you get a question of that nature, you need to remember that in the cash book, let me just quickly check something here. Please, if whatever reason I'm locked out, don't go. I should be back again within a minute.
Okay, I'll stay.
Just okay. I think I'm back again.
Okay.
Yeah, what I was saying is that you'll get a question of that nature, and what I always tell students is that if you get a question of that nature in your supplementary cash book, you simply record the things as you were recording them. There's nothing that is going to change in your supplementary cash book.
Yes.
The only thing that you need to do is in your bank statement, at the top there, the opening balance, you are going to say balance as per cash book. Remember, when you do our bank reconciliation, we always start by saying balance as per bank statement.
Yes.
But this time you are going to start by saying balance as per cash book. You leave that space open. You don't record anything. And then you record the transaction the normal way that you record it.
Yes.
And when you are done recording everything, you balance your supplementary cash book.
Yes.
The balance in your supplementary cash book at the bottom, you are going to take that balance at the bottom, you are going to record it at the top of your bank reconciliation statement where you said balance as per cash book. You record that balance.
Yes.
And then then you start calculating the other way around. And then the balance that you're going to get when you calculate with that balance as per cash book. And at the bottom of your bank statement, instead of saying balance as per cash book as we normally do, you are going to say balance as per bank statement, and then you record that total. Now you see the balance in your supplementary cash book will match the balance at the top of your bank statement, and then the one at the bottom there, you don't need to worry about it if it does not look like the same in your cash book. But it's just the same. The only difference is that you are in the bank statement, you just turn it upside down.
Oh, it's basically more or less the same thing that we've done.
Yeah, it's basically all more or less the same thing as what we have done. You are just going to turn those balances upside down. The balance per bank statement in your bank statement, you are writing it at the bottom. The balance per cash book, you are going to write it at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just one last question, Council. I've been curious throughout these sessions just to ask.
Yeah.
Have you practiced as an attorney before?
Yes, I think I practiced as an attorney for about I think it was 7.5 years. Yes.
Yeah, I think my guess was right, because the way you seem to have some experience on these things, not just about reading or look. You've got much experience.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, no, I practiced in attorney for a number of years, man.
Okay, thank you so much, Advocate.
No problem. Pleasure. Okay, any question again?
Hello, Advocate.
Yes, ma'am.
It's Ropiwa.
Yes, Rofiwa.
Yeah, I don't know where to start, but first thing first, I just want to say thank you. I have a serious phobia of numbers. Every time when I see numbers, I'm just, I don't know. So, like, I've been wanting to try this bookkeeping for so long, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't. So now I feel confident to a point that I feel like if I do the exercises, I'll be able to attempt these exams, because I am scared of numbers. When I see numbers, I just become crazy.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thank you so much for making these things so simple for some of us to understand, because like I struggle a lot. So you have no idea how easier you made these things to be. So thank you so much.
My pleasure, Rofiwa. And I hope and I know you're going to get a distinction in that board exam.
Oh my God, I'm so ready.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Yes, Minel.
Yeah, like the previous candidate. I also, but now I just started to understand it more easily in this convincing and its instruction side.
Yes.
But the one which you have started with, I was totally lost, and I don't know how to put it. But I think it will be easier if I send you email and requesting you to email me back those PowerPoint from the beginning actually. But
yes.
Yeah, please.
Okay, no problem. Send me the email and then I'll see what I can do for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem, man.
Council, before you go,
yes.
Do you have memorandums for the questions that you provided to us?
Look, I'm only trying to prepare the memorandums now because we were basically not allowed to do the memorandum in that in that students now were no longer learning the subject. They were just memorizing and passing the board exam using our memorandum. So the idea was that teach them what you can teach in the class, whatever other exercises that remain, let them do them themselves so that when they pass the exam, we are sure that they know exactly what they were doing. But I'm basically compiling that memorandum again. I'll finish it not long. I think in the next 2 weeks, I should be done with it. And I should be able to give it to anyone who will need it.
Can we request a copy and then maybe post it in the WhatsApp group for everyone to access?
No problem. When I'm done with it, I'll send it over and then you can share it.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay. Any question again? Okay, if there's no question, I'm going to log off. You've got my email. Talk to me on the email if you've got any question, and then I'll attend to you. I'll assist you as much as I can.
So, advocate, before you leave.
Yes.
Advocate.
Yes, Brian. I'm listening. Okay, I think Brian has got a problem. Melissa, did you have a question?
No, so I just wanted to say thank you for everything. It was really useful, insightful.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Thanks a lot.
Hello,
Hello, Yes, Mem Kwapi.
The guy.
Guy.
No, I think it went well. I saw the messages on the chat. Thank you very much. But they will also put those on the evaluations.
Yes, they were asking about that. So I said I'll speak to you.
No, we will send the evaluation forms during the course, and then they can attend to it.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all.
May I please have your invoice?
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Okay, have you seen the...
No, I've seen that.
You've seen... Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. I'm aware of that.
No, we're sorry about that. I don't know.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you well? Are you recovering?
No, I'm recovering well, man. I'm recovering well.
Okay.
I was bad for the first few days, but I think I'm recovering now.
Okay. Ustime tata, ne?
No, I get steam.
I'm still taking medication, even if I feel much better.
They tell me that the best way is that never think you are out of danger and don't take medication. So you need to take it.
You continue, and I don't know till when.
Just take it as long as we're still here and it's still here.
Yeah, and then after your 10 days, please throw away your toothbrush that you were using during this. And then get another one.
Okay. Definitely. I'll do that.
Okay, dear. Okay.
No, thanks a lot, dear.
Okay, dear. Bye.
Bye.
Maria.
Hello.
Likai nama.
Are tendekai?
Ariten bo ali prosia ko welcome. Jadi ko buka. Bagi unu meti physical address ya. Tapi so kumani mar